Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today is probably the most spontaneous video I have ever decided to film. The world is going through a lot right now, so I just wanted to sit down and do makeup. It's weird because I haven't worn makeup in like 3 days, which seems like nothing, I know, but as someone who's used to going to work every day and putting on at least a little bit of makeup every day, I feel very naked. Like, don't get me wrong, my skin is thankful, but I just feel like putting something on and just having a little moment, just with everything that's going on, to take my mind off stuff and also to chat with you and, you know, checking on you and how you're doing through all of this, and to express my gratitude, express my fears, express the anxiety that I feel, the cabin fever, all that stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a chatty one, and I actually want to do a full glam look for absolutely no reason. I'm not going anywhere. Obviously, I'm not really allowed to go anywhere, but makeup really is more to me than putting on a face to go out and, you know, impress people or to look good for other people. Like, it makes me feel good about just myself, and the therapy of applying makeup is really like what I'm in it for. So yeah, without further ado, if you want to see me put on a full face of a really glam smoky eye that we're not going to take anywhere, don't forget to please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I post, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. Okay, so I am not going to be talking about every single product that I'm using, because I figured the nature of this is just going to be a little bit more chatty. I just want to talk and just like vent to you, and just things that I've been feeling and the climate right now in the world. I am going to be doing, I have this vision of this like dark smoky. I kind of alluded to it using the Covergirl Overthrown palette. I really want to put Never Again, this emerald green, and swiped this navy blue like next to each other on my lid. I think that would be so cool. So let's just see what happens. I'm going to start off by priming my eyes with the Fenty Beauty Eyeshadow Pro Filter Primer. So as I am filming this right now, it is my 3rd day working from home. And, you know, I just got word pretty much last night that all non-essential businesses are to close in Nevada. And that includes things like casinos, resorts, spas, bars, restaurants, all that stuff. And I can't believe like this is the world that we're living in right now, and I'm sure I speak for maybe you feeling the same way watching this at home. But you know, I hope my videos provide a source of kind of like escape and relief, as cheesy as that sounds, because I know I certainly turn on YouTube. I've been watching YouTube like pretty much all day every day working from home, like having it on in the background just as kind of like a nice distraction from the reality of things. And in my job right now, it's a very uncertain climate. Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting, the times that we live in right now, and I hope that you are practicing social distancing. I know I have a little bit of cabin fever, even though I love being home. I love being alone with my dog because I live alone, but I am an ambivert, so I do like going out and socializing and just going out on the town, but it's really important. I kind of want to just say this right off the bat. It's really important that we refrain from those social instincts that we have as humans to like socialize and interact with others. Please, if you can help it, please do not go out. And you might be thinking like, who are you to tell me that? But in any way I can, if I can even just share this message with you, even though I'm sure you probably heard it like 1,000 times, please just don't go out. Please, until everything is over, just only go out for the essentials that you need. And just, if we can all just help mitigate this spread together, let's do that. Anyway, I am going to start up by going into this shade called Fallen right here. It is a kind of like neutral lavender taupe, and I'm just going to run that all over my lid, in my crease. And these shadows are actually like very pigmented. Please ignore the pimple on my eyebrow and the pimple there. The pimple on my eyebrow, it's funny, my friend was like, oh, like I didn't even know that was a thing, and it is a thing, and it was quite painful. Like I couldn't make expressions. It was the most ridiculous thing. Okay, and then all over the lid, I am actually going to apply this to my inner half. I'm kind of going to do like fade effect. So I'm going to do swiped all over the middle of my lid with my finger. I'm just going to tap that all over the lid, just kind of like the outer corner to middle. And of course, we'll go over it. And then I'm going to do one eye at a time. And then I'm going to take Never Again right here, this really pretty green, and just stamp that Oh my god, do you see how pigmented that is? It is a true foil on the inner half, and I think I actually have enough left over. This is gonna look real intense, but I just wanted to sit down and play with makeup. So I'm gonna go back into Swiped, intensify that from the outer half in, and then go back in with Never Again, and just make sure that it looks blended. Ooh, it looks like I got punched in the eye. I am living. And then once you look like you've been socked in the face, you can go back and take your brush and just blend out the edges. I know it looks a little bit uneven and a little bit scary, but I'm actually going to take navy blue on a flat brush and just pack that on with the brush. Just repeating these steps because I know it can blend away really fast. And then on the outer corner even more, I'm going to take Conviction, this black, and I'm just going to really just intensify this on the outer corners, simultaneously blending it into the blue. And then I'm going to do the same on the right eye. And then I think in between the green and the blue, I am just going to take a little bit of Legacy, just like this bright, can you focus please? It's like a champagne yellow. And I'm just going to kind of tap that right in the middle here, just to bring some dimension. It's not really a halo eye at all. I'm just kind of bringing some light right to the middle where the green and the blue meet. Okay, and then I'm taking this brush again. Don't worry, I'm gonna wipe all of this off and it's gonna like come together. But I'm just blending. This is actually a very pigmented palette. I want to even actually intensify that middle shade even more. So I'm going to go back into Legacy, and on a small brush, I am just going to really pack that on in the middle. And then going back into re-intensify the shades one last time with Never Again lightly on my finger, blending into that shade, and then Swiped on the outer corner. And then taking that black again and just darkening the edges. And the last time taking Legacy, I guess it's like kind of a mini halo eye, but not really. I'm just pushing the two, or marrying the two shades, blending out the crazy edges. Okay, and then I'm gonna go grab a makeup wipe and wipe all of this off. Okay, now I'm just going to pop on some eyeliner so we can go in with our falsies. I am going to be using the BH Cosmetics liquid eyeliner. It's a finish line eyeliner. I'm going to be doing a wing. Okay, and then I know my edges look a little bit harsh, but I'm actually gonna go back in and take in again and just diffuse those edges. Okay, for face, I'm actually gonna take the e.l.f. Prep and Hydrate Balm, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face because it feels really nice. It's cooling. I'm not going anywhere, so I don't need anything for longevity. It just feels so nice. Now that the primer has taken a chance to sink in, I'm going to be mixing these two foundations. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define and the Milani Conceal and Perfect. And I'm just going to do some swipes all across my face and dot this. I like to mix these because this one's a little bit too light, and then I'm having to delete apps because my freaking storage is full on my phone. But anyway, I am just going to blend that all in. Oh my god, my camera setup is going to shit. This might be the worst video I've ever filmed. And as I'm blending this foundation out, I guess another thing that I want to get off my chest is the growing pains of getting older, and how when you get older, your friends and their priorities, they change. So, for example, I have 3 friends that I can think about right now, 2 of which live in Vegas. One of them lives in LA. And I don't want to say I'm upset, because I am just on the road of realizing that, not taking it so personally. But the friends I have here, one of them in particular, I feel like over the past couple of months, we haven't been hanging out as much together, and I have to correlate that with the fact that she is engrossed full-time in a relationship. And I'm not saying or disrespecting the fact that, like, oh, you can't hang out with your boyfriend. Like, no. I don't think that. I don't think it's done maliciously. I don't think she realizes it's like that. And it's not just her. It's like some of my other friends in my life too. And I've spoken about this with some of my other friends, and they're like, you know, this happens to everybody. This has happened to me. They would give me personal analogies of people that this has happened to, or people that have done this to them. And I don't want to say done this because I don't think like, oh my God, I'm blaming her. Like, don't think that I'm saying I'm a victim of this. I'm just saying it's interesting, the premise of getting older and how your priorities change, and you don't hang out with your friends as much anymore. But I've always been someone, even as someone who was in a 2.5-year relationship and quite a few relationships, that I never sacrificed my friends or prioritize my boyfriend over my friend. And I know that's like shitty to say because it's not like, I don't want to seem like I'm better than anybody else, because I'm not. And if anything, like, I think it's amazing that, you know, she and her boyfriend, or not just she, there's other people in my life too, but that they're able to spend so much time together. I think I just need to get used to the fact that like their priorities are shifting, and as we get older, you know, that's just something that we do. But I think the reason why I'm struggling with it is because I hate the fact of becoming distant with someone for no other known reason besides the fact that they just are dedicating more of their time to another being. And for me, I don't know. I just feel like I always am a firm believer in balance. Maybe not everybody sees it that way, but I certainly do. And I feel like, you know, there's a place where you should make sure your friends are okay. Like one of my best friends, Sasha, from high school, like not out of nowhere. She's one of those people that we don't text often, but she was actually just visiting me a month ago. She texted me. She was like, hey, how are you? Like, is everything okay? Because, you know, with the world and the tricky state and the layoffs and whatnot, like, I was just telling her, I was like, yeah, I'm like really grateful as of now, because I know the other token of, yes, we're shutting everything down to prevent the spread of this crazy, unprecedented illness that's literally plaguing the entire world. And the dichotomy of that, and the fact that so many people, small business owners, workers, agents, all of those people are temporarily out of jobs. And what I've been seeing on social media so far, thank God, is for a lot of people, not all, I don't know by any means if this is the majority, but a lot of companies are coming forward and saying like, we are paying our employees for this affected time, blah, blah, blah. And that's amazing, because I know people, especially in hospitality and retail, and I'm in the hospitality industry, frontline people especially, I can't imagine the anxiety that they must feel. If I'm feeling this way from like a corporate perspective, what they must be feeling. So if you're one of those people affected, I'm so sorry, and I really hope things get better, and they will get better. And just know that we're all kind of like navigating this unforeseen thing like together at a time, but we all need to do our part. The more that we channel our efforts now, hopefully the shorter this whole thing will be. So that's just what I wanted to say. I look crazy right now saying this to you, but okay. And after that crazy note, I am going to go in with concealer. I'm going to highlight with the Catrice Liquid Camouflage in Light Beige. Just a little dab will do ya. And then I'm going to spot conceal with the Morphe concealer in the shade C3.15. It's a medium neutral. And I do actually really like the formula of this concealer. So just going to go over my problem areas. And then I'm going to blend all of that in. I'm using a smaller Juvia's Place brush because I already did my eyes. So I don't want the concealer like really messing with my eyeshadow, especially underneath here. So I'm just going to be as detailed and precise as possible. But yeah, as I was saying about the whole adult friendship thing, I think for me, I'm not lonely. I don't want to use that word, but I am, as I mentioned with this whole thing, like I am an ambivert. Like I like going out and seeing my friends. And for the most part, I do consider myself to have a good handful of friends here, either people that I've met through other people, people I've met through work, people that I've met through other circumstances. So I'm really grateful to have that and have that kind of like support system. But it just sucks when someone that you were really close with, you don't feel as close with anymore because you feel like their priorities have changed. And the whole thing is that it's not meant to be taken personally. So my struggle is trying not to take it personally and all that jazz, because I know it's not meant to be. But yeah, I just hope that if you're going through a similar thing where, you know, you're going through adults, or maybe I'm reaching my quarter life crisis, which I pretty much am, that you can maybe chime in on this, or maybe just give me some feedback. Like, one of my biggest things is trying not to let things like personally affect me, because I don't know why. I'm the kind of person who cares a lot, and I care about my friends a lot. I care about, you know, like their well-being and their safety and them not losing sight of who they are. I just believe at the end of the day, friendships are two things. Number one, they're a two-way street. And number two, you make time for the people that you care about and the people that you love. Even if it's not as much time, just some kind of initiative. Because also recently too, I've just kind of felt dumb being the one to constantly reach out and say, hey, when are you free? Hey, let's do this. And either being met with silence, just total being ignored, which to me is like kind of rude, but okay. Or two, like just, you know, being given lip service. I don't know which one's worse, honestly. But I know I may sound crazy, and that's the kind of thing that bothers me too, is like, if someone else is doing something that makes you feel a certain way, you have the right to feel the way that you feel about it if it's impacting you. And never feel like you are the crazy one or the stupid one for expressing how you feel, because in my opinion, that's never how it should be. I think everything is built on communication, and even if you can't communicate this directly to the person that you feel this way towards, or you feel has impacted you, then just let it out in some way. And that's me letting it out to you, because I know it's not a personal thing, so I don't even know what the conversation would be. Like, I've done my part for these friends, like reaching out saying, hey, like, let's get together, when are you free? So the fact that I'm not being met with that means that A, they don't care, B, they don't have time, or C, they just don't think about it, which would probably be C, because as I said, I don't think it's malicious, but it's just something where it's kind of like, oh, but the fact that you're not saying anything, it's like kind of like iffy as well. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm sorry for that rant and that ramble, and you were definitely not here to see that. But again, this is, oh, that's not even my right powder. But again, I just wanted to just get on camera and just talk about anything and everything. So I'm going to go brighten up my under eyes with my Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder on my Juvia's Place. Oh, that's not the right one. Where did it go? There it is. On my Juvia's Place brush. You guys, I am so excited. I know I mentioned it in my last video, but I have a discount code now with insert name here. They do all the ponies and the fun extensions and stuff like that. So if you want to channel like your Ariana Grande fantasy or whatever, go check out their stuff. They're already pretty affordable as is, in my opinion, but I did a whole video demoing how I use their ponies. I have two. They have really amazing products, and you can use my code AshleyB site-wide. It'll save you 10%. I'll have that always in the description box below. It's not an affiliate code. I do not make any money off of it. It's just a code for you, because insert name here was like, oh, we love your small family. Here you go. And I love that. So thank you. So if you want to save some money, check that out. I'm going to set my face with the Catrice All Matte Plus Shine Control Powder in the shade Warm Beige. I'm just going to go all over this bad boy right here. All willy-nilly. Today, clearly, you can tell by my very messy smoky eye, is all about just playing with makeup and just the expression and the fun and the therapy that comes out of it. What are you guys doing in your quarantine? I'm gonna go in with the BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer in the shade Bronze Beige, just to bronze my whole face. Sorry if you hear my computer in the background. I'm just getting chat notifications. Really just warm the complexion up. I'm not gonna contour. This is a very messy, non-structured glam. Oh my god, my nose looks crazy on camera. We're gonna clean this up though a little bit on the side, because I feel like we need to with this bronzer. I'm just going to diffuse my nose, and then I'm going to take my Morphe sponge, and I'm just going to take my Beauty Bakery powder, and my flower powder that is, and I'm just going to carve out my cheeks just a little bit to bake, because this takes like 2 seconds. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on anything that I mentioned before, like how you're doing, if you're well, I hope you are. Your thoughts on friendships, not falling apart, but just people becoming more distant because their priorities have changed. Let me know if you've ever been in a similar situation, if you can share any insight. I'm taking it day by day because at the end of the day, I know it's like not me and there's technically nothing really wrong. All of this at the end of the day is just coming from a place of like love and yearning and missing the person or the people that I'm referring to. But yeah, I just know it's something that everybody goes through. But it just sucks to feel this way, you know? It sucks to remind yourself like, oh, it's not personal that they're ignoring you. It's not personal that they're not reaching out. It's not personal that they're not making time for you. Like, that's my biggest struggle. Not so much with the fact that it's happening, but more so the connotation behind it, you know? So just adult things. And then while this is baking, I am going to take the Down Boy blush in the shade Frat Boy. Is this Frat Boy? No, this is Down Boy. Oh my god, I am dumb. This is by TheBalm. It's the shade Down Boy. And I'm using it because it's a cool tone blush, so I think it'll complement my eyes. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to my eyebrows really quickly. And then I will be right back. Okay, I am back with my brows. I used my normal e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift pencil in the shade Deep Brown. And then I actually went in with my NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in black because I know that I'm doing a super intense dark smoky eye, so I wanted my brows to just kind of follow suit. So now I am going to move on to Falsies. And I'm going to be applying ColourPop Falsies in the style Minks. I actually really like these. The ColourPop lashes are good, but they're not my favorite. For some reason, the band is very wonky, and wonky in the sense where it doesn't always stay on. So I am just going to try to hopefully get this sucker to stay on. Some lash glue. And then while that's drying, I'm going to work on my lower lash line. So I'm going to go back into the Covergirl palette, and I'm going to take Never Again, and I'm going to smudge that all over my lower lash line. This is extremely foiled and intense, but I'm going to use it to line my lower lash line. I really want that green to pop. And then I'm going to smudge that out even further with the swiped blue shade, just to have the hint of blue show up. I never do smoky eyes this intense, but I kind of love it. I wanted to play with like dark colors because I was like, oh my god, it like matches my mood, but no, like this really does. Okay, and then now that you look like a raccoon, it's time to curl your lashes. Okay, I'm just going to pop these on. Now I'm going to take some mascara, and I'm going to just marry my real lashes with my false ones. I'm going to take my Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil, and I'm just going to run that on my waterline and my tight line. Sorry, not my waterline. Okay, and then now I'm going to just wipe off this bake, and then I'm going to go in and highlight the face. Now for this, we obviously want something very icy, very nice. So I'm going to go in with my Ofra Nikkie Tutorials Everglow highlighter on a fan brush, and I'm just going to highlight the cheeks. Ofra highlighters are honestly where it's at. The glow. I look crazy on camera. This is the most intense smoky eye I've ever done in my whole life, I think. But, you know, when in quarantine. And then on a pencil brush, I'm going to highlight the brow bone. And the inner corners. All right, and I'm just going to set down this face with some setting spray. And let that sink in. And then I'm going to apply a lip. Now, obviously, the only option we have is to apply a nude. Otherwise, I'm really gonna look like a clown. So I am going to take the RealHer lipstick in the shade No Filter. It's like a really pretty, nice nude. And there we have it, you guys. Thanks for joining me on this very rambly, very intense smoky eye get ready with me. But yeah, I hope you guys just enjoyed like hanging out, getting ready, doing your makeup maybe if that's what you were doing. But yeah, in these trying times, sometimes you just need to turn to a form of therapy, and mine is makeup, even though this is a very like grungy, messy, smoky eye. But I really like this palette. I love the colors, and I just wanted to do something very like deep and dark, kind of like emo-ish. I don't know, but it's good to switch it up once in a while, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you want to see in the comments below. I have a ton of video ideas, more tutorials, get ready with me's, hauls, etc. But yeah, let me know what you want to see, and I can definitely try to make that happen for you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, be safe. I hope everything is well, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.